Was it right? What I did?
Ask me again in 10 years.
Try not to worry, Ollie. I've been worrying about John for years. He always comes back.
Soon after.
The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agree to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire update video. Well, my friends, it looks like we now have one hell of an update from the man himself, Mr. George R.R. Martin. Now, for those of you who may not know, there was a recent article written by James Hibberd stating HBO was in the works on a Game of Thrones sequel show about Jon Snow. In that new article, it also said HBO was working directly with Kit Harington on the show. Basically, if this new series is ever given the green light by HBO, we would see what Jon Snow was up to after the events of Game of Thrones Season 8 finale. Now, as far as anyone knew, this would be the first show HBO is making that is set after the events in the main show. Well, earlier this morning, this information was basically confirmed by Emilia Clarke, who said Kit Harington had told her about this Jon Snow show himself. She also said that he had been working on this Jon Snow series from the ground up. This was all very interesting information that definitely had me, and a lot of other fans, thinking about whether or not this was actually happening. Well, we can now say for a fact that HBO and Kit Harington are making a new series about Jon Snow. We now have our confirmation from George R.R. Martin. Not only did he reveal all of this information was real, but he also revealed a hell of a lot more information that I think a lot of you will find as interesting as I did. Let's have a look at his NotABlog website so you can see exactly what he said. Strap in, folks, because he had a lot to say. I don't really have a spare moment today, if I'm being honest, but I am making one, since the news has been broken about the Jon Snow development. Yes, there is a Jon Snow show in development. The Hollywood Reporter story was largely correct, and I would expect no less from James Hibberd. I have dealt with a lot of reporters over the years, and Hibberd is one of the very best, an actual journalist who does all the things journalists should do. Getting the facts right, talking to sources, respecting requests for background only, and off the record, that most of the clickbait sites never bother with. As of right now, our working title for the show is Snow. There are 4 live-action successor shows in development at HBO. Word got out about 3 of them a while ago. I think some of these were officially announced. These things always seem to leak. There are so many involved, like writers, agents, and everyone has assistants, and there's always the guy who runs the Xerox machine, and reporters have sources. So, Snow has been in development almost as long as the other 3, but for whatever reason, it was never announced, and it never leaked, until now. But yes, it is real. This was not an official announcement from HBO, so it seems there was another leak. I did a long interview with James Hibberd last week for the big House of the Dragon story for the Hollywood Reporter. At the end of the interview, he asked a few questions about the successor shows. James Hibberd wanted to know if one of them was a sequel. I answered no comment. Then he asked, is there a member of the original show that is involved? And I again answered no comment. And that was all. But he found someone more forthcoming than me. Who? I don't know. And I suspect I never will. A good journalist never reveals his sources. There's not much more I can say right now, not until HBO gives me a green light. It seems as though Emilia Clarke has already mentioned that Snow was Kit's idea in a recent interview, so that is already out. Yes, it was Kit Harington who brought the idea to us. I cannot tell you the names of the writers and showrunners, since that has not been cleared for the release yet. However, Kit did bring them in too, his own team, and they are terrific. Various rumors are floating around about my involvement or lack of the same. I am involved, just as I am with the Hedge Knight, the Sea Snake, and 10,000 Ships, and all the animated shows. Kit's team has visited me here at my home in Santa Fe, and worked with me and my own team of brilliant, talented writers and consultants to hammer out the show. All 4 of these successor shows are still in the script stage. Outline and treatments have been written and approved. Scripts have been written, notes have been given, second and third drafts have been written as well. So far, that's all. That is the way TV works. Don't forget, nothing has been greenlit yet, and there is no guarantee when or if it will be, or any of these shows. The likelihood of all 4 shows getting on the air? Well, I'd love it, but that's not the way it works usually. There's all sorts of reasons pilots never get brought up to series, all sorts of reasons scripts never get shot, all sorts of reasons great treatments never get sent to script. That's the way the business works. This is a new day though, so here is hoping 1 or 2 or 3 or all 4 of the Game of Thrones successor shows make it on the air. That's all I can say about Snow just now. If HBO says I can say more, then I will. Well, there you have it folks. The Jon Snow series has now been confirmed by George R.R. Martin himself, and I must say, all of this new information he shared is insane. I was not expecting all of this whatsoever. The fact that George R.R. Martin likes this idea and is also working on the show says a lot. He obviously isn't bothered by the fact that HBO wants to show what is happening with Jon even after George R.R. Martin's ending. I'm assuming they must have some really great ideas in mind for where Jon Snow could go in the future. This also makes me think Kit Harington was not happy with how Jon Snow's story ended. I feel like he has some void he wants to fill by showing what Jon Snow will really do after Daenerys is dead and Bran Stark is now the new king. As I've said in other videos, there are all kinds of different things they could have this character do. I won't get into all of that here again. Most of you already know some of my ideas if you saw my version of Game of Thrones Season 9. Now, since I've already made one video and released it earlier today, I don't want to spend too much more time on this one. I just had to fill you in on the new details because this story is getting more and more exciting each day. The fact that they have also been working on this show since some of the other successor shows were brought George's way is interesting as well. They are most likely much further along in the developmental stages on this show than we originally thought. I don't know about all of you, but I'm getting very excited for the show. I hope HBO gives this the green light. I want to see this more than I do House of the Dragon. As I'm sure some of you already know, I've always been a bigger fan of House Stark than I was of House Targaryen. Not only that, but I've always wanted a show about the North and its mysteries, although I don't know what this show will actually be about. I guess we will just have to wait and see what happens. Either way, I'm very excited and ready for more. Let me know how all of you feel about this information. Leave your thoughts down below. As always, I want to thank everyone for watching another video. I hope you all have a great day. I'll see you soon. Bye.